So first off, right off the bat, I want to say hello. My name is Green FPS, and if you guys couldn't read that because you can't read English for some reason, pretty much it's a disclaimer saying wherever these loads are that I have in here, it's on you to ensure that these loads are safe, and you are doing it by verifying and checking it, and I'm not responsible for any of your actions. That's pretty much what it is. So let's get on with the video. Hello, this is Green FPS. Today I want to read you guys a motivating bedtime story on bullet reloading, some of my secrets and my special loads. Now, some cartridges that I'm going to go over is the 7.62x54R, 7.62x39, 300 Blackout, 7mm Rod 8, 5.56/223, 4570 Govt, 300 WSM, 30-06, 300 Winchester, 9mm 45 ACP, 7.62x25 Tokarev, 458 Socom, 308 Winchester, 7.7x58 Japanese, and 7.7x55 Swiss. 7.62x54R. So for a 200 grain Lyman lead cast bullet, I use IMR 4198, 20 grains in a Mosin 9130, and has been slugged to a 310 bore. Next up is a 150 grain soft point 303 caliber 311 diameter Sierra bullet. It uses Varget with 48 grains even and a Mosin M44 as well as a 9130. And now for the 125 grain hollow point 30 caliber, a 308 diameter, which some people frown upon, but never hurts till you try it. And it has Varget with 45 grains. It is shot out of a Mosin M44 as well as my 9130 with good results. 150 grain soft point 311 diameter. I use the Hunter Sierra versions, and it's loaded with IMR 4064, 44.2 grains of powder, shot out of my 9130, and it's a 311 diameter bore as well, and the bullet is the 311 as well, so it kind of matches there. You don't necessarily have to match the bore diameter. You can get accuracy with a different diameter bullet than the actual bore. Like I said, the 308 Mosins aren't usually 308s, but for some reason sometimes it works. You just got to experiment. And alright, the 180 grain soft point Spitzer Hunter edition with Sierra, and it uses IMR 4350 with 52 grains even in a 9130 M44 with a 311 diameter bore. Now with the next one, it's a 150 grain Privy Partisan 311 diameter bullet. It uses IMR 4895 with 46 grains of powder, and it is used through a Mosin heavy barrel, and that's with the UK 59 barrel with the barrel turned down. Now there is, I can't remember what bullet it is, but it's listed as a 174 grain bullet. I believe it's an FMJ. I'm not sure. It might be a hollow point as well, because I did have some of those. And it is IMR 4350, 53 grains in the Mosin heavy barrel. 7.62x39. I don't reload a lot of 7.62x39, so there's only one little thing in here that makes a very good high quality 7.62x39 load. It's a 123 grain bullet B-Max with a 310 diameter bullet, and uses accurate 5744, which is one of my favorite powders. 21 grains even, and it's shot out of my Yugo SKS. Now 300 Blackout. I have 3 different loads, and the first load is 125 grain hollow point 30 caliber 308, uses the match grade Sierra bullets, and it's with accurate 5.744 with 19 grains, and it's shot out of the AR-15. Now 123 grain bullet with the VMAX 310 diameter, but it's sized down to a 308. You cannot have anything over 308 or you're going to have major problems, probably explosions, not good. It is with accurate 5.744, 19 grains, and it's shot out of an AR-15. Then there's 150 grain soft point Sierra Hunter, accurate 5.744 with 18.4 grains, shot out of an AR-15. Now this is one of my secret loads that I was originally going to keep secret. Some of these are really secretive because they're very accurate, and I don't know, I just like keeping my secrets a secret. But yeah, so 7mm ART-8, I got one load for it, and one load for it only, because you can't get better than this. It's 140 grain Nosler hunting, 7mm caliber, 40 grains of Varget, and I put in a Winchester Magnum primer, and it shot out of a 7mm ART-8 bolt by Savage Arms. It is amazingly accurate. Like, it's just bouncing right on top of each other. Wonderful groups at a very long range. Well, for what it was, for shooting groups on groups, $300 rifle, making those kind of groups at 100 yards. You don't believe it till you see it. Like, I was amazed at it. But anyway, I'm starting to rant a little bit. Let's get on with the story. Now we'll move over to 5.56/223. So with a 55 grain hollow point is H335, 25.1 grains, and it's in a AR-15. 55 grain VMAX or full metal jacket, Liant varmint, 24.3 grains, AR-15, and also shot out of an AR-15. Now with a Liant varmint, they have very accurate powder. It's very high quality powder. 55 grain full metal jacket, IMR 4198, and for some reason I erased how many grains, but I shot it in the Mini 14. And the AR-15, I remember it not cycling it correctly, so I had a little cycling issues. I don't know why exactly, but probably because the powder wasn't enough. But in the Mini 14 it shoots very well, I remember that. 55 grain full metal jacket, Alliant varmint, 23 grains with the AR-15. That's very close to the 24.3, but try 23, 24.3, try whatever you like. It's all up to you, whatever you want. And then there's 55 grain hollow point Hodgkin Varget, 26.5 grains to 27 grains. In an AR-15, you'll get good results. 4570 Government. I got one load for this, and it's IMR 4198, 30 grains of powder, and it was shot out of a Springfield trapdoor. Those rifles are very nice, very cool rifles. And it's a 450 cast bullet. So yeah, that's pretty heavy bullet. So on to 300 Winchester short mag, 200 grain Nosler Akibon with 62.5 grains of powder, and the powder of choice is IMR 4350, and it's shot out of a Tika T3. And then there's 150 grain full metal jacket boat-tailed with Varget, and for some reason I didn't write down the amount of powder, but shot out of a Savage Model 11. And then on the next one, which I have a star next to it, must be really good. It's 150 grain full metal jacket, 58.8 grains of IMR 4064 in Savage Model 11. 30-06, I guess I didn't write down what I shot with the 30-06. 308 Winchester, we got a few here. With 168 grain Game King Sierra bullet, 44 grains of Varget, and with a rifle, it says NA. 165 grains Game King, 45 grains of Varget, and it says NA for the rifle. 150 grains Hornady round nose, 42 grains of IMR 3031, and a model Remington 700. And then the next one is 150 grain Spitzer bullet, 45 grains of IMR 3031, model 700 Remington. Next one is 175 grain, doesn't say what type of bullet, 44.5, I'm assuming Full Metal Jacket, grains of Varget in the Model 700 Tactical. 168 grain Sierra Match King, 43 grains Alliant Reloader, 15 in Model 700 SPS Tactical. 168 Hornady Hollow Point, 42.5 grains of IMR 4064 in the Model 700 SPS Tactical. 168 Burger Bullet, I'm assuming it's a Full Metal Jacket, 41 grains of Varget, and it's in a Model 700 SPS Tactical. 175 grain Sierra Match Grade, 44 grains of Varget, Model 700 SPS Tactical. 150 grains of, 150 grain bullet with 42.5 grains of Varget in a Model 700 SPS Tactical. 9mm Luger with 150 grain Full Metal Jacket Winchester WST powder, 4.3 grains, and shot out of a CZ Easy 9. 115 grain Full Metal Jacket Ramshot Silhouette, 5.7 grains, shot out of a Glock 9mm. 124 grain Cast Bullet Power Pistol, 5.5 grains, and shot out of the Easy 9. And if you have a Glock and you have the stock barrel in there, do not shoot cast bullets because it will gum it up and ruin your barrel. So you have a hard time cleaning it out. It won't necessarily ruin it, but yeah, it's not the correct barrel to shoot cast loads from. Now the one load I got for 45 ACP is 230 grain FMJ WST, 4.8 grains of powder, and shot out of my 1911 hand cannon. 7.62 by 25 Tokarev. I ain't got anything listed because I have not yet reloaded for it, but I do got the dies and I do got the primers and I got everything all set up. Just haven't gotten around to it. Same thing with the 458 Socom. 308 Winchester, 115 grain FMJ Varget, 45.9, and there's no rifle listed because it is the match of the military velocities, and it's pretty much the same type of bullet they use. Not necessarily the same powder, but getting the same velocities out of it. Pretty cool. 7.7 by 58 Japanese, 174 grain, 311 diameter, IMR 4895 with 41 grains, and it's a Type 44 Eric Saka. 174 311 diameter bullet, Sierra Match Grade, IMR 4064 with 40 grains even, and it's a Type 44 Eric Saka. 174 grain bullet, 311 diameter, Sierra Match Grade, H4895 with 40.2 grains of powder, shot out of a Type 44 Arisaka. Now onto the 7.7 by 55 Swiss, and this one is awesome. I love the Swiss. 150 grain soft point Sierra, H4350 with 49 grains even, shot out of the K11 rifle. I believe that's it. So that is as of 2017, the bullet reloading book, that my loads that I like and prefer.